Don't tell her.
Is she gone yet?
Is she gone?
I'm on my way, boo.
Yeah. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Tether Radio Podcast, the only podcast keeping you from spiraling out into the infinite abyss. I'm your host, Daniel, and I am joined, as always, by Allie.
What up?
What up,
Hey,
dude?
this week, I've changed my name. I'm just changing my last name to Bloomberg. He paid me $150. So I'm
cool.
I'm just chilling for Bloomberg now.
Very nice. Yeah, that's so funny. My last name's Bloomberg.
Weird.
I think I was on that same group email that he sent out.
No, for real, he is paying micro-influencers $150. I'm like, that's nothing. Ask for more money. This guy owns the moon.
Wait, micro-influencers.
I think micro-influencers are... I saw a breakdown. I think micro is like you have between 1,000 and 5,000 followers on whatever platform.
Jeez,
So I'm not even a micro anywhere.
Dude, we're total.
I think I'm a nano.
Yeah,
I think the thing I saw, I think nano was the under 1,000.
What is below nano? I was trying to think because I know it goes
absolutely
6, 9,
0,
and then 12 would pico, maybe pico. We're pico influencers.
Yeah,
that just makes it sound like we're like festive.
Yeah,
and
I was like Pico makes me want Mexican food.
Yeah, right.
Oh god.
Oh my god. Well, how was your week?
Man, it was good. How was yours?
Not bad. Let's see. I'm looking at the calendar, and it is February 16th for our record date. This will go out on the 19th.
Yep.
I believe, if my math.
Yep, that's right.
Okay. But obviously, Valentine's Day occurred between last episode and this episode.
Yep.
Did you have a good Valentine's Day?
It was just a Friday.
You're like,
it was fine.
Yeah. Dude, if it was a Friday, fuck, it was great. Right? Regardless of whether or not it's Valentine's Day.
Yeah. No, it cracked me up. I went to work that day and somebody was like, "Oh, you're wearing red and it's Valentine's." And like, as they said it, they were like, "Oh, cause my last name?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, dude, this is my day."
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah.
For the uninitiated, Allie's last name is Valentine.
Yeah, so. And I'm married into it, so like my husband hates it, and he's always hated Valentine's Day, and he's because people are always like, "Oh, your name's so cute," and he's like, "What the fuck?" I love getting compliments on my name. Like people will like swipe my debit card and be like, "That's such a cute name," and I'm like, "That's the strangest compliment to get, but I love it." Yeah. No, like I bought something yesterday at this like little boutique store, and they have like a, I don't know, like a not a loyalty thing, but like they store you in their system, like a lot of small places do. So she was
data tracking.
Yeah, you know.
Just kidding.
So she was adding me in there, and I told her my last name, and she was like, "Oh, what a fitting name for this weekend." And she was like, "I bet you hate that." And I was like, No, I'm married into it. I love it.
Yeah.
And then I told her I usually like, when I tell someone my last name, I'm like, "Valentine, like the day." And I'm really tempted to start being like, "Valentine, like the massacre," because that's so much more metal.
Yeah. Dude, that shit was like intense as shit.
Yeah, man.
My God. Yeah, it was really funny because Allie's husband was over at the house yesterday, and we were playing some old video games and doing some day drinking. And his take on it was, he was like, "It's so weird to see my name everywhere.
I love it
for a little period of time.
I
you know?
love it."
But which I never really even thought about that.
Yeah,
because obviously.
I always try to like pick out like cards that say like, "Hey, Valentine, blah, blah, blah."
Yeah.
Because I call him Valentine.
Yeah.
So, like, I try to find cards that sound like it's talking directly to him.
Yeah.
I just get a kick out of it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, Megan and I ended up doing absolutely nothing. It was like kind of terrible. We got up on it. It has been a very trying past couple weeks for the Bradley family. And so basically Friday rolls around, and I meant to pick something up on Thursday when I went to the grocery store. Didn't do it. And Megan and I were changing Finn, and I'm like, I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm a terrible husband, and I got you nothing for Valentine's Day. And she goes, okay, cool. I didn't get you anything either. And I was like, that's why I love you.
Well, there's that whole sentiment, too, that's like, if you really care about someone, you should be showing them that all the time.
Bingo.
And that's, that's kind of cliche to say, too, but, go out of your way to do nice little stuffs any old day.
That actually made me think of this thing. So we have a local, I think it was WBIR, the local whatever news affiliate of one of the biggies. I don't know who, like ABC or something. Yeah. And they had this little segment that was showcasing this couple that had been married for 75 years.
Oh, bless them.
And I was like, what? And
I feel like at 50 years, if you murder your spouse, the judge would just be like, no, that's fine. You did pretty good.
Yeah. No, dude, I can't even imagine. Like, Megan and I are sitting at 7. Well, it'll be 8 this year.
Yeah.
And I'm like, 42 more to 50, like, and it's not that I don't love my wife, Megan. I know you're gonna listen to this, and I love you very dearly, but the thing is it's just like, it's kind of crazy because you just stop thinking about it.
Yeah, like it's so weird. Or
at least until it rolls around once a year.
It's so weird to think like about them not being in your life because they've been around for so long and you're just so used to it and stuff. Like, yeah. Like we'll be 9 years this year, and I'm just like, I feel like sometimes I feel like it was just yesterday, and then sometimes I feel like we've been married for 50 years.
Yeah, no, exactly. But so on WBIR, they were highlighting this one couple, and they were like, so what, obviously, what's the one question? What's the secret to staying married for 75 years? And it was the
I'm
cutest.
deaf.
Yes. I'm deaf, dumb, and blind. That's it. But they both thought for about like literally like a second, 2 seconds max, and they were like, you know what? We just try to make the other person as happy as we possibly can, as much as we possibly can.
Like there's no big secret to it.
Exactly. It's like, and it just screams from the top of the mountains. It's the little things that matter.
Man.
It's like, for instance, Megan was coming home from an event the other day, and she was like, hey, do you want anything? And I was like, you know what I really want? I want some queso from Soccer Taco. And you know what my lovely little wife did?
Stopped and got me
queso. And it was just like, it's that shit. Yeah. But anyway, so I wanted to kind of throw a little bit of a highlight on Valentine's Day and talk about some of the kind of silly shit that either I've been involved with or stuff that I'd kind of read online from like Women's Health magazine, and everybody's got their like top 15 stupid Valentine's stories, And so I just found a couple of them, and I thought they were actually kind of interesting.
Wait, but you asked me if I had any like blunders, and I do have one.
Dude, start us off then.
I dated this idiot in college, and he was great for like a couple years. And I think he had some sort of psychological breakdown, and I'm not trying to make light of that. Like, his entire personality changed, and he was
weird,
crazy.
Yeah.
But when things were still going okay, he just didn't get it sometimes, as people do, especially when you're dating in college. So, as a gift for Valentine's Day, he calls me and he's like, hey, come by your apartment. And I was like, I'm about to head to work. Like, I had to work that night.
Yeah.
And, like, I was, like, on my way. And he was like, no, it'll just take a minute. And I'm like, okay, whatever, fine.
Yeah.
I go, and he hands me this box. And it's kind of moving.
Oh, God.
And I'm like, what? Like, what? Why is this? What?
Yeah.
It was a guinea pig. Listen.
Wait, what?
Listen. I love critters. I love animals. I have never, ever in my life implied that I want a guinea pig. So this wasn't like every Saturday we went to PetSmart and I ogled the guinea pigs and wished I had one.
Yeah.
This was out of the blue, you got me a guinea pig.
Nothing says love like the gift of a guinea pig.
Love to buy someone a live pet that I'm not sure if they want.
That is the, in my opinion, that is the apex of like just a lack of consideration. Buying someone something that
well.
they have.
He really did mean well.
Yeah.
But I was seriously like, what the fuck am I going to do with a guinea pig?
Plus, you're on your way to work.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm like, I guess, great. Thank you. I'm going to go to work now. Like,
He's
what?
like, don't you just love it? Don't you just love?
And it was, okay, have you ever, like, hung out around a guinea pig? Because they make these cute little pig sounds, and it is adorable, but, like, you also have to clean their poop out of their cage all the fucking time.
I actually had a pretty traumatic, like, experience with a guinea pig as a kid. I was, like, feeding it something, and it completely, like, munched my finger.
Dude.
And immediately I was like, I hate guinea pigs from now on.
I had a hamster as a kid, and
Yeah.
I dreamed one time that it got out of its cage and got under my covers and, like, nibbled on my toes. And I slept wadded up in a fetal position. I'm gonna say for 8 or 9 years after that. Because, like, I could... Anytime I would stretch my feet out, I'd be like, ooh, but what if?
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I'm just not... I'm not a rodent as pet person.
Yeah.
And please don't get anyone a pet that's a live thing that they're not already really, really... on board with.
Yeah. Oh my god, dude. Yeah,
Man.
that's a rough one.
Oh.
So I was trying to think of the ones regarding me. Basically, both of them involve Megan, and it was just memorable Valentine's Days that there was one, and I think that this was probably after we'd been married for maybe like 2 or 3 years, something like that. And I was gonna like make her like a meal and stuff because I never like took people out to restaurants. I always like cooked
that's
for
the
them
worst.
and shit, and like, and well, yeah, exactly.
On Valentine's Day, like, no. Or that whole weekend, no.
Yeah,
no.
Exactly. And so I was like gonna cook something, and the power goes out.
Oh no.
And so we were like, you know what, fuck it. So we open up a couple of bottles of wine and just proceed to get sloshed.
I was gonna say, put those scallops on a skewer and roast them over the fire.
Well, so we literally played Battleship Slosh by candlelight.
Okay, that's kind of great though.
Yeah,
that's real great.
So ridiculous. And I was like, you know,
I
what?
love
think that
Battleship, man.
Dude, I think that, I mean, it definitely rekindled the flame of Battleship love. So. But the only other one was me trying to be sappy with like Megan, and I drove up. I got like one of her friends to invite her to come over for Valentine's Day or something, and I timed it so that I was calling the friend once I was up in Johnson City.
Yeah.
And Megan was supposed to leave.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, all right, you know.
Wait, in
like,
this story, are you banging the friend? I'm confused.
Don't tell her.
Is she gone yet?
Is she gone?
I'm on my way, boo.
Yeah. But so I literally go up to the door or whatever, and like Megan like is on the phone with her friend, and you know, whatever, I'm standing at the door kind of shit.
Aww.
But so that was kind of my only whatever memorable Valentine's Day shit. It was just, everything else was just super generic.
Yeah,
you know?
like, I mean, we usually try to, like, cook something good or something, but honestly, we just do that every now and then anyway.
Yeah.
Like, we'll be like, we've not had, like, a good fancy dinner night, so, like, he'll get a real good steak, and I'll get some scallops, and, like, whatever. Like,
Yeah, dude. And that's kind of my thing.
Yeah.
So I mean, honestly, that's kind of like Christmas too. It's like Christmas is not a really big production in regards to like gifts and stuff, because when we want stuff, we pretty much buy it over the course of the year.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, so I hopped online and just wanted to pull a couple different stories. Some of these better than others, but yeah. So without further ado, there was this one place that was talking about, and all of these are from the UK because this was from the Guardian. Mm-hmm. But there was this guy that got stood up on a Valentine's date. And so after like whatever his date was, you know, like an hour and a half, 2 hours late, aka not showing up kind of thing, he came clean with the waiter, and the waiter was like, "Hey, why don't you move over to the bar? We can chat a little bit and whatever. You can have drinks and stuff." Yeah. So they just fed him like free margaritas the rest of the night.
Good.
I was like, man, that's awesome.
Yeah, good for that place, man.
Then I started thinking about it, and I was like, man,
I could fake being stood up.
Thank you. I was like, free fucking margarita. Like, I've done a lot more.
Isn't that a wedding band on your hand? You'd be like, oh no, this is just an old ring I wear.
Yeah. No, this is just the ring of Mordor. Or whatever. What is that ring
I don't know.
The ring. The ring. So that was one, and one of the other ones that I thought, I'm just going to read this verbatim. I've only got two other ones.
Yeah.
So. Last Valentine's Day, from the perspective of the writer, last Valentine's Day, I went on a blind date. He took me to this fabulous little sushi spot, and things were going great. It comes up in a conversation that he's a black belt in Taekwondo. The next thing I know, I've been secured in what he referred to as a, quote, cobra chokehold.
What?
In his attempts to teach me some of his moves. Let's just say I won't be going on a blind date this Valentine's Day. I was like, what the fuck? But anyway, so this last one, I read this one aloud to Megan, and she was just like, what in the fuck are you talking about? So my college boyfriend gets his buddy to let us use his parents' fancy New York apartment while they're out of town. Rock and roll. Mm-hmm. So we make dinner, get naked, and start rolling around on the floor.
Sure.
Since,
yeah,
that's
normal day.
Normal Valentine's Day progression. But this friend's parents have cats, and I'm horribly allergic to cats.
Oh, no.
So I'm sneezing and my eyes are tearing up, but I'm determined to ignore it all and have the best sex of my life. Then my vajayjay must have been exposed to some kitty hair because it starts to swell up.
Oh, no.
I mean, really swell up.
No.
I've never seen anything like it before or since. Naturally, the V-Day fun stopped there.
Oh, no.
I was like, what? But
I bet Gwyneth Paltrow has a fix for that.
Yeah, no shit. My God. Quick, throw a jade egg in it.
God.
So, in the same vein of, like, dating and shit just going awry, we will go ahead and launch into the articles that we pulled this week.
Yeah.
So Megan actually sent me this one very late in the game, but I was like, dude, this is pretty fucking awesome. So, this was pulled from CNN, and the title was, "They met on a dating app. Then he robbed a bank on their first date and forced her to be the getaway driver." So...
Yeah, I saw this headline on there, and I was like, oh, man.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pumped to hear about this.
So this woman decides to go on a date with this guy that she met on a dating app. And so Christopher Castillo, the unnamed woman's would-be Robin Hood, he just pled guilty this week to armed robbery and three counts of assault and battery on a police officer, all committed on their first date on December 5th, 2016. So this is obviously old, but
jeez.
But anyway, so what ended up happening was she goes over and picks up, and I don't think they didn't name her in the entire article, but so she goes and picks up Castillo from his parents' house in Rhode Island. I know.
How old are they?
That's a good question. That's a really good question,
okay.
actually.
Okay.
Because I mean, is
there a picture?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
so they literally have a picture of the bank.
Okay.
But I feel like that is kind of a red flag to a degree.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway, so she picks him up from his parents' house, and they drove 30 minutes east toward North Attleboro, Massachusetts. She said he drank wine in the passenger seat of her Nissan, which is also illegal, but wasn't charged for that one. So he's like getting his wine on while she's driving him around.
Hey girl, it's good to meet you. You care if I booze cruise it or?
No, I feel sorry for people that don't like
people who are just a doormat.
Yeah,
like that are just like, oh, this is happening.
My heart goes out to them, and like, God, I for lack of a more or a less abrasive approach to giving unsolicited advice, grow a fucking spine and tell people to fuck off.
Yeah, man. Like some people don't let you like have food or drink in their car.
Yeah,
like and you're just letting some guy drink wine.
Plus, you know that this motherfucker's like piping down some Franzi or something, you know.
You know he's got some of those like barefoot, like individual box guys.
Yes. He just has like a really big jacket on.
What's the one that's really sweet? Is it like Sutter Home or something like that?
God.
You know the one I'm talking about?
I was trying to remember the one that comes in a jug. It's like a gallon of wine kind of thing, and it is just I make jokes to my parents all the time about like fucking jug wine.
I like box wine because I can drink on it for like weeks and it's still good.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna grab a box of wine this week,
dude. I'm telling you, Black Box actually has a pretty good cab.
A lot of those box wines are fine.
Yeah.
But like, yeah.
Yeah. Especially if you go to Total Wine. Holy shit, dude. You can get a really nice bottle of wine for like $5 or $6.
Yeah, man.
Anyway, so he's sipping on some wine in the passenger seat of her Nissan Maxima, and which is a fun little detail that they threw in here. And so he asks her to basically swing by the bank. So he gets out of the car and he left her there for a few minutes. Then he comes back running, sweating, with sunglasses, a hat, a gun, and $1,000 cash in hand.
Now, did she not notice the sunglasses, the hat, or the gun?
So I wonder if he must have had a jacket or something. Surely to God, like, I mean, that's like somebody getting in your car and they've got like a wig and a baseball cap and like a gun that's like, oh no, these are normal things I bring on dates, you know?
It's like a man with a beard, but he's got like a Dolly Parton wig on. He's like, hello, can you take me to Food City?
He's like, dude,
this is Doubtfire.
I thought it'd be really fun if we stopped by my improv group.
Oh, God.
And I just figured I'd bring some props.
Oh,
God. So he gets in the car, and he just goes, fucking go! And she says that she panicked and
if
just took
I see
off.
that coming, I'm locking the door.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. If you saw somebody running at your car that had ridden with you with a gun, you'd lock the door.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd have the wherewithal to be honest.
I really hate guns. Seeing the gun would make me lock the door.
Gotcha.
Like, if it was my mother and she came running at me but had a gun, I'd be like, too bad, bye! Sorry!
Later. Basically, she took off, and then later on, she noticed flashing sirens behind him and cruisers on her tail. And she immediately pulled over and walked away from the car.
What seems to be the problem, officer?
Yes, seriously. So basically, she said that she was away from the car. She watched as they pulled him from the car, and he violently struggled, spit on them, and told them his gun wasn't loaded. So.
Oh, you're free to go then, sir.
Yeah, no, sorry. We were pulling you over for, this is actually the fashion police. Those sunglasses do not go well with
Sorry
your
for
outfit.
the mix-up.
Yeah.
This is just a citation, though.
Yeah. But anyway, so she didn't, which this was kind of weird, too. Apparently he stole the .44 caliber handgun that's an antique that was belonging to his stepfather that he just decided to jack and to use in this this robbery.
Oh my God.
But yeah, so they were able to match the hat and sunglasses to the description, and then they found $1,000 in his wallet. So just absolutely insane. And This is my question to you, Allie. What do you think this guy... How do you think this guy thought this was going to play out?
Like, do you think he put any thought into this?
I just don't I'm gonna go with no.
Also, I just don't like. Why would you bother to rob a bank? Like, first of all, good luck.
Yeah.
And also, like, okay, if you got a ton of money, what are you gonna do with that? Like,
well, and that's the other thing.
You're gonna get caught. People are gonna be like, this fool lives in a single-wide used trailer.
Yeah.
And suddenly has a Ferrari.
Yeah.
And I just don't trust it.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't think
something's gonna be.
I don't think his nighttime, like, job as a security guard at the, like, local cheese museum is really gonna, be able to give him the purchasing power for that Ferrari.
He's just not making enough cheddar for that.
Oh my God!
I'm here all week.
Holy shit, that was beautiful. That was beautiful.
God.
But yeah, so he ended up getting sentenced to 5 years of incarceration. And
you hate to see it.
I know. And I loved this last line. His date got off without a charge, and probably with a healthy skepticism toward online dating.
Yep.
Absolutely
Also,
incredible.
kind of good for her, because whoever her next date is with, they're gonna do fine.
Yeah, totally.
Like, even if they give her a pet guinea pig, she's gonna be like, it could have been worse.
Yes.
Could have been worse.
Yeah, they come to the door with the pet guinea pig as a gift.
She just proposes instantly.
Yeah, seriously.
She's like, this guy means well.
God, amazing.
Oh man, I've got this. I don't have a good transition for this, but I want to get to it.
Do it.
This guy is mad that he can't bring his life-size cardboard cutout of Donald Trump to his dialysis treatments. And bless his heart, it's a Florida man.
Jeez, dude.
So according to this story, patients at this Fresenius dialysis clinic are encouraged to bring emotional support items with them to their treatment sessions.
That's, okay, real quick.
Yeah.
I wish I would have made this joke before you just read that line.
Oh, no.
But I was like, dude, just get an emotional support jacket that he can throw on it or collar.
Well, and so, like, and I don't know the ins and outs of dialysis.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem pleasant.
No.
And so, like, I'm sure it's not, you're not going to look forward to it.
No.
So, I mean, I could see people, having a favorite jacket or a stuffed animal or, like, some little tchotchke that they want to bring along with them. But, like, a full-size cardboard cutout of a person, it's weird and it's big and it's awkward.
Yeah.
And,
but I do have to say, I mean, like, literally, politics aside, couldn't care less.
Yeah.
Do you think that they would have, like, the same qualms about it if it was, like, a life-size cutout of Harrison Ford as Han Solo?
I think so, because cardboard cutouts are weird and they're distracting and they're like, it's gonna be in the way,
Yeah.
and like,
well, and that's the other thing is I know that the equipment for dialysis, like, I don't know how much room, it depends on, like, where he's going for this. Sometimes they'll put a bunch of patients in one room.
Yeah.
Maybe they didn't have enough room, kind of thing. But yeah.
And the guy was like, well, someone else that goes when I go, they bring bubble wrap and they pop it the whole time, and it's very distressing. Son. And I said,
This is gonna sound terrible, but now I kind of want to hang out, like, at a dialysis clinic and be like, what is your emotional support item? Because, like, that's some. I mean, I guess I get the bubble wrap thing, honestly, because it is kind of nice. Yeah,
it's so pleasant. Like,
maybe you can just get moved
away,
away, like, from the bubble wrapper.
Well, like, I don't know, and plus, like, I think he's just trying to get a rise out of people.
I can almost guarantee you. Yeah. And that's the shit thing is like, man, I hate that you can't take people for face value anymore. Yeah. That it's like everybody's got this fucking, like, ulterior motive and just like, oh, well, we'll go ahead and stop. Okay, for instance, the emotional support peacock shit. Yeah. This is kind of reminiscent of that, that it's like you're taking this thing and you're or this thing that legitimately some people like require in order to like soothe their nerves and stuff, and you're extrapolating the idea out to the nth degree that it's like, oh, it's my emotional support ant farm or something. It's like, come on, man, it's my emotional support Donald Trump cutout,
right? And he started bringing like a small picture of Trump with him, and he said that was like soothing or whatever to him. And then at some point he got this cut out and started bringing it. And they were like, you're going to have to stop bringing that. And I guess, I don't know how this, I guess he went to the news. You know how people do.
Oh, of course, dude.
So, and he was like, I mean, it just soothes me. Like, no, it fucking doesn't. Yeah. Like, you're just trying to be. Also, if a liberal did this with an Obama, they would get called a triggered snowflake forever. But
the point is it would not fly regardless of your cardboard cutout.
Yeah. And like it's just gonna be in the way. Like regardless of what it is. Yeah. Like if it was a cardboard cutout of Jesus, people would still be like, that's a big Jesus. Can you maybe bring a smaller Jesus?
Yeah. Oh my god. Just walk it back to the wallet photo, dude. Come on, man.
And so like the clinic put out a statement and they were pretty much like, you know, we want people to be able to express themselves however they want and stuff, and they're encouraged to bring a reasonably sized emotional support item.
Yeah. I mean, dude, that's why all these fucking rules are in place.
Yeah,
because people...
you gotta make rules because people are dicks.
Yeah. And I mean, it's like, why do they have on the side of paint cans, do not eat? Because someone fucking ate it at some point.
And you know what? We're gonna have to make rules if you're bringing in your emotional support water buffalo, because he just takes up a lot of space. Yeah. We like him, but he's a big boy. Can I get
reseated? The water buffalo will not stop chewing. It's like whatever.
He's eating all of these cables.
Yeah,
that's not what those are. What are those called?
What cables?
No, like the IVs. I'm thinking of IVs. I'm like, like the cables, but with liquid in them. God.
The IV lines. He won't stop swishing his tail. It keeps hitting me. Come on, man.
Also, the smell. It's not good.
Oh, God. Water buffalo. Don't even get me started on water buffalo.
Man, I had an algebra teacher freshman year of high school, and instead of saying X or B or whatever, he would use animal, and he all the time used water buffalo, and it was so distracting because you're just trying your best to figure out why 4x equals 12.
Yeah.
And he's like, so how many water buffalo? And you're like, who's what? Yeah. It was not honestly, helpful.
That would be confusing as shit. Because I'd start thinking about like feet or something.
Yeah,
like, there's 4 feet on the water buffalo, so that actually still works.
He was crazy.
Now that I think about it. but yeah, I completely agree. That is some out of place, dude. People know whether or not this shit is appropriate. Yeah. Fucking just be pragmatic about your fucking life. Come on,
and keep your water buffalo at home.
Yeah, keep your water buffalo at home. Just store your water buffalo beside your cutout thing of Trump.
Yes, please.
You know what? And leave them both at home. All right, so I kind of have like a mildly, it's heavy, but it's not that long of a discussion.
Okay,
but I'm interested to have
start that, and then I'll get into my big heavy.
All right, rock and roll. So I pulled this one from BGR, and I actually had the time to talk to Megan about it a little bit. If you could use VR to see a dead loved one again one more time, would you want to?
I'm going to say just right there, just from the headline, I would not.
Yes.
Because
agree.
And I'll hear it out. Mm-hmm. I'll hear it out.
Well, so in this video, and I'm not going to lie, I watched like 2 minutes of the 9 minutes and 38 seconds of it.
Yeah.
It is a mother that lost her, I was trying to find the age of her child. I'm going to say it was 7, maybe? 7-year-old, maybe? Somewhere around there. And she lost her 7-year-old, and they basically created a virtual reality version of this child.
Yeah.
And like during the beginning of it, she's like in this almost like pasture with like some kind of I think it was like whatever, a fallen tree or something, and the little girl walks out from behind the fallen tree. And is like, they tried to like replicate mannerisms and her voice and all this stuff. I know, no, I'm
gosh.
like, yeah, I kind of started tearing up watching this shit. And you see the mom trying to like stroke her child's hair, and like you see tears coming out from underneath the like fucking VR headset. Oh my god! Stuff. Yeah, it seemed like it was like, it seems completely counterintuitive.
I mean, it might be really comforting to some people. I mean, people handle things all different ways, you know?
Yeah. And I mean, like, they had English translations within the article, and they were, the little girl said, "Where have you been, Mom? Did you think of me?" And it's just like, I mean, like, reading it, I'm getting, like, kind of chills.
Yeah, I'm like, don't make me cry on the podcast.
Yeah, no, because it was just fucking supremely heavy stuff.
Yeah.
And so the main thing that really the main question that is raised in regards to all this stuff is basically, how does this affect the closure portion of the grieving process?
Yeah.
And I feel like, and I was talking to Megan about it a little bit, and I think that it's one of these things that it, like, holy shit, dude, I'm a true believer in the old phrase, time heals all things, or time heals all wounds, or whatever the thing, you know.
It helps,
and I feel like this is...
It's going to take you some steps back.
Yeah. It doesn't seem... But according to this article, this tech is not going anywhere. Like, they actually have a pretty substantial, whatever, I guess... demand for it, kind of thing. So I don't know, I'm kind of with you in that, like, it feels like it would hinder the my grieving process kind of thing. And,
like, I don't know, like, I mean, so I lost my dad in 2011, and like, I would not at all want that. But I guess because that's too much, like, it feels too real, kind of. Yeah. But, like, I wish I had video of him. Yeah. But I feel like that's just a whole different thing. Like, VR is so realistic, and it's so, like...
Well, and that's the other thing, is because I kind of... It makes me think, like, okay, you know that they're not going to be able to peg the individual 100%. Yeah. And so I don't know if maybe just that disconnect between... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that would help or be worse, or you know what I'm saying. But
it's almost like every now and then I'll have a dream that's like really realistic that I'm hanging out with Dad, and I wake up and I'm like devastated. Yeah, because I don't get to see him. Yeah. And I feel like the VR would do that. Yeah, like I would just have that whole like it would just
open up a book that you kind of had not like, closed, but you know.
Yeah, but
you know
like
what I mean.
Sort of close.
Yeah.
But yeah, like to do that and to just be like, oh, it's like he's here, and then to come back to real reality and be like, oh shit, he's still dead. Yeah, like, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that you actually put it pretty well. It seems like taking a couple steps back in the grieving process.
But I mean, people grieve all different ways, and different things help different people, and that might really help some people. I don't know.
And honestly, you raise a super good point. Everybody deals with death different.
And also, like, okay, if you didn't tell someone and you were just like, put this VR headset on and play this game, here's your dead child, that's cruel and awful. Yes. But, like, for them to opt into it, I think is a good thing. I think could be. Yeah. For them to absolutely choose, yes, I want to experience this.
Which, I mean, I would guess, I think from the way that this article made it sound, it's a pretty involved and not... I don't think it's overly expensive kind of thing, but it's definitely like...
It ain't cheap.
It ain't cheap enough that somebody would fuck with somebody else. I wouldn't think. No. You know? No. But you brought up a really good point about, like, just how different people deal with death differently. Yeah. And I was actually... so my wife's uncle passed away pretty recently. And they were all talking about how they wanted the family to come at, like 30 minutes before the actual receiving of friends to have an open casket for family, but they didn't want to have it for everybody, kind of thing, which I get that.
Yeah.
And it was really interesting to me that I don't know why, but that stuff never bothered me. Like seeing my, which, I've at this point, I've lost 2 aunts. I've lost all my grandparents. I've been around death a decent bit since since being a kid, and I don't know why, but it never really bothered me. But Megan was actually talking about how like she's like I don't want to see that. I want the last memory of my uncle to be when I was hanging out with him.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
and a lot of people have that, like they. Like, some religions almost, I think, believe that, like, you have to see the person as a dead body to like, get that into your mind that, like, they're gone. Yeah, yeah. And I think that's some religions do that.
I mean, that wouldn't surprise me.
I would much rather have the good memories. Yeah.
No, I completely agree. I had an aunt that passed away, and honestly, I opted out of going up to see her when she was, like, in her last days. Yeah. Because I didn't want to see this emaciated, person.
Just in pain and stuff. Yeah.
And because I have really, really fond memories of her. Yeah. When she was still dealing with cancer and everything, but like positive and stuff. You know? But anyway, we won't drag this out. I just thought it was kind of interesting, and I didn't really think of that as an avenue that VR would take us.
No, I never thought about that. So, but I don't know.
But I agree with you. I mean, different strokes for different folks, and this may help some people, in the grieving process. Yeah. So. And if that happens, rock and roll, I support it entirely. Yeah. So. Yeah. But anyway. So, sorry. Wow, we just talked about Valentine's Day and then that.
Oh, you want to get heavy? We can get heavy.
Hey, you know what?
Man,
he ain't heavy. He's my brother.
Like, I was working up this story. I actually just found it last night, and I was writing some stuff about it, and it got me so down. Like, really? It's brutal, and I'm sorry, but like, I also feel like it's interesting and it should be covered, and I don't know how much coverage is really getting out there. Yeah. Because all I can find anywhere is fucking politics. Yeah. So.
Which, real quick before you get into this. Yeah. There was actually something that was brought up on, and I can't remember the article, but just like in basically in the past probably, I want to say 10 years, we've had this like super surge of over politicization. Sure. Of, that's probably not a word, but of literally everything. Yeah. It's like, me and you were talking about what candy we like the most, and I'm like, well, I saw fucking Donald Trump eating, bubble yum. Yeah, I'm a Fruit Stripes man myself, but it's just so interesting how it's But anyway, sorry.
Yeah, people get that. They're like, well, it's because you're a liberal. Yeah, like, no, it's because I like strawberry. What the fuck?
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, sorry.
Okay, so an NYPD officer is on trial for murder after his 8-year-old son died from hypothermia. Mm-hmm. The kid had autism, and this was in New York. He was kept in an unfinished garage overnight as punishment. Did you see this?
I saw a headline.
Okay. Yeah. He was kept in a garage overnight to as a punishment on a night when temperatures got down to 19. He's 8.
Okay, wait. Let's stop right there. Kept in a garage overnight. An
unfinished garage.
But I'm just saying,
no pillows, no blanket, no nothing.
Put a child in a room, I don't care if it's finished or not finished, like, unless it's their room to sleep kind of shit. Yeah. Like going to bed without dinner because you were playing with your food or some shit. I get that. Sorry.
This is all,
This is fucked.
You're not going to get any of this. Yeah. There was no bathroom in the garage. He would be punished more if he soiled himself. There were cameras in the garage, and texts between his father and the father's fiance were making fun of the kid. who was shaking from being so cold and was showing signs that he needed to use the bathroom. And their texts were like, geez, it looks like he needs to use the bathroom. And then the other one would reply, yeah, if only there was a bathroom out there. Like, I mean, this is your child.
These people are fucking certifiable pieces of shit.
This is not like a stray dog that you're not a fan of, which is still awful.
Yeah.
This is your child. So, from the articles
I have a child, and I've been severely pissed at him before, and I have never, like...
Yeah.
I mean, this is...
No.
These people are fucking inhuman.
I wouldn't treat a cat like this.
Yeah.
I wouldn't treat someone else's dog that I hated like this. And that's not even a human.
God.
Like, what?
Fucking...
So, I read a few different articles on this. There's quite a bit out there. I read a lot on New York Post, which were really good. Mm-hmm. The parents were punishing at least this kid and his brother, his 10-year-old brother, for all kinds of stuff. Like,
how old was the kid that actually passed away?
8.
Eight.
Yeah. They were being sent to school
shit.
starving, deprived of food as punishment, in one case for not calling the dad's new girlfriend mommy. Can't imagine why. They sound like great folks.
The dad's new girlfriend. Mm-hmm. Not even his fucking, like...
They're still not married. Like, they're fiancé in this. Like...
I mean, and I'm not to...
Also, like, you're 8. You're old enough...
Details,
right, but like, you're old enough to remember your mommy.
Yeah.
Who's still in your life. I'm not calling this bitch my mommy.
No.
Especially not this bitch. The two kids were eating crumbs off tables at school and looking for food in trash cans. I don't even know what all else they were calling a punishable offense in their eyes. Yeah. So,
dude, this is
so depraved. I mean, this is awful. I was almost crying in the fucking coffee shop writing this stuff up last night.
No shit.
This is so awful. I'm sorry for covering this, but also like...
But I mean, like...
This is shit people need to know.
People need to fucking know this shit, like, so that if and when somehow you saw signs of this shit in someone else...
Try to get these kids
fucking
help.
A,
and people
man.
did. The system failed in a lot of ways.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Fuck,
I think
man.
there were something like 17 different calls made to Child Protective Hotline.
Oh. Jesus, dude.
His 2 sons were sent to school in dirty pull-ups, reeking of urine and feces, with visible cuts and bruises all over them. Tommy, the boy who died, came to school so soiled one day that the urine was squishing in his sneakers, according to the prosecutor.
I mean, dude, there is a special place in hell if you believe in it.
It's way, way down deep, and it's real hot. Yeah.
Oh my God.
At the hospital, when the father found out Tommy had died, he allegedly said, quote, "I've been through more stressful things than this."
I mean, dude, this
Your
guy
8-year-old
should be
froze
fucking
to death.
Locked away and the key fucking thrown away forever.
Maybe don't feed him for a while as punishment.
Maybe don't let him use the bathroom.
Right.
Fucking lock him in.
Maybe make fun of him in the cold room. The charges also say he beat the boy the day before his death. And they ruled the death a homicide with a major contributing factor of hypothermia. When Tommy was taken to the hospital, his body temperature was only 76 degrees. And that's after the dad allegedly put him in a warm bath to try to warm his body up before the EMTs got there. I can't. I'm so sorry for covering this. This is harrowing.
I mean, dude, this dude fucking killed his child.
Yeah.
He killed his child, and then he tried to fucking cover it up by...
Yeah.
Wow.
So, like, it's not necessarily
I heard
that he froze, that he died of hypothermia. It may have also been complications from having the shit beat out of him the day before, too.
Oh, my God.
How can you treat your kid this way?
I don't understand.
There's more. There's more.
God.
Police Commissioner Geraldine Hart noted that the investigators reviewed audio and video surveillance of Michael Valva and Angela Polina. Those are the parents, the dad and the fiance. Mm-hmm. They had audio and video surveillance of them from outside and inside the home, and the recordings show that the pair was closely monitoring the activities and conversations of their 6 children.
got 6 children. Like, I hope to God none of those children are still in the custody of these fucking, like, monsters.
I think they at least took all of his kids away. And I'm not sure if she still has hers. So he had the 8-year-old who died, also a 6 and a 10-year-old brother. And then she had 11-year-old twin girls and an 8-year-old girl. So,
man,
home surveillance footage captured Tommy and his 10-year-old brother Anthony sleeping on the concrete floor of the garage and shivering 2 nights before Thomas died. There's no pillows, no blankets, no mattress. They're on cold concrete. And you're watching it on a fucking camera?
Yeah, this makes me want to fucking drive over there.
Right?
Just like...
Also, this guy's been an NYPD officer for 15 years. This is the guy that you're wanting to protect himself.
Yeah, this is the man that's protecting and serving the public.
Yeah, and this is how he treats his fucking kid.
Jesus.
Prosecutors said that nearly every room in the home was equipped with surveillance cameras that were labeled according to the child's name and room. The camera located in that garage was eerily labeled kids' room.
Dude.
I can't...
And where was this?
An NYPD officer, so New York City.
Yeah. Jesus. I mean, I don't even know how you would begin to deal.
I cannot imagine being on this jury and having to sit through this trial.
Yeah.
Also, he's complaining that he can't afford a lawyer. Dude, let me tell you how much sympathy I have for anything about you.
Yeah. How about this? How about you don't need a lawyer? It's a fucking open and closed case,
right?
Of fucking you're a piece of shit, and
sell some of those weird ass surveillance cameras all in your house.
Oh my God!
So after I wrote this one up, I found this other article, and I was like, maybe this one won't be so bad. Do you want to hear just the headline?
Please.
Man in California has been charged with murdering 5 of his infant children. You guys want me to just get political again instead?
Yeah,
sorry.
No shit. My God. I just, because, you know what the weird thing is you have those 2 stories, and I pulled that one about that Idaho missing
it's
kids.
A rough week,
like,
dude. It's a rough news week.
Fuck,
I wish we just had news about the caucus shit in the bed.
No shit.
So this story. Paul Perez is 57 and was just days away from being released from prison on an unrelated charge when he was arrested in January for the deaths of his 5 infant children between 1992 and 2001. All 5 of the children were under 6 months old when they were killed.
So how did they say that they went about this?
A fisherman discovered an infant's body in a metal cooler that had a lot of metal stuff in it, weighing it down too. In March of 2007, the county established a cold case task force and submitted that infant's DNA to the Department of Justice for testing. And then they found the identity of the infant and its father. Yeah. And they found that in October. I'm not sure why they didn't arrest him until January, but I guess just red tape.
Well,
I'm not sure.
Yeah, so I'm trying to think, okay, if you, or not you, if this dude took this, and we'll say 4 months, arbitrary age kind of thing, under 6, you said under 6 months
all of them under
old,
6
right?
months.
So 4-month-old infant, you have a birth record of the child. Yeah. Now, past that, unless the parent reports this child as missing, right?
That's my thoughts. Yeah.
And so, God,
right?
So there's like part of me that's like, man, maybe we should have some kind of thing that's like
check in that your kids are still alive.
Yeah, but then I'm like, oh well, this is gonna sound.
I know.
Terrible.
Then you're like, that's the police state.
Yeah,
I know.
You know, but it's like, fuck, man. These kids, they can't fend for themselves.
No,
period.
Not an infant.
Even the fucking 8-year-old. What are they gonna do? You know, I mean, like,
you can't fight your dad. You're 8.
Yeah, it's like anyway. Sorry.
So the infants were born in 92, 95, 96, 97, and 2001. Only one of the other 4 infants was known to be dead, but the remains of the other 3 have not yet been recovered. I'm not sure on all the details on this. I'm definitely going to keep my eye on it and try to find out more. Perez is a registered, convicted sex offender. He was charged with 5 counts of premeditated murder with special circumstances of lying in wait, torture, and multiple victims. He also faces charges of assault on a child under 8 and criminal enhancements for his prior convictions, which I think just means since you've already been convicted of some shit, you get hit with like higher,
the higher
longer
end of the range,
longer
kind of
range
thing.
of which fucking good.
Yeah, no shit.
At
This
the
dude
time of
shouldn't see the
his-
fucking light of day.
No,
again.
he can share a cell with our boy that was an NYPD officer.
Yeah.
At the time of his arrest, he had been incarcerated since 2010 for offenses that included vehicle theft and possession of a deadly weapon. I hope they're able to find those other infants' bodies, but like that's awful.
I don't understand. Like I literally sometimes I will start missing my child when he's at fucking daycare for 5 hours, kind of thing, and I'm like, oh, I wonder what he's doing, da da da, you know. And for someone to just cold-blooded fucking like, because he either killed that kid and sunk the body, or he fucking drowned the kid by putting him in a cooler and fucking, you know.
Yeah.
I just don't understand how people like this can fucking sleep at night.
They just don't have a fucking conscience, man.
Yeah.
You know?
That is just so outrageous.
5 of your own kids.
Yeah.
Your own kids.
I mean, I can't even
Also,
imagine
what
killing
about-
other kids.
No.
I mean, like, and I know your point that
Yeah,
it's like,
no,
obviously,
but
you know,
yeah.
but like, fuck, man.
Like, and what about the mothers?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not sure if there's multiple mothers.
Yeah.
It may be one. What the hell? Like,
Yeah. Well, yeah, and honestly,
I want a lot more details on this, so I'm gonna
Yeah.
try to find more. I don't know how much is out
it
there.
seems like even if the mother was whatever estranged or, you know, something like that, she would at least want to fucking see her kid. I would
Also,
think,
like,
maybe.
how often do mothers abandon infants?
Yeah.
Not very.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know.
I don't know, man. That sounds like it's
Shit
gonna
is
be probably a
fucking
complicated
wild.
case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My God. Okay.
Woo!
Well, how about we do a hard turn?
Let's do. Yeah, everything else I've got's pretty fun. So
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So
If you're still listening, thank you for making it this far.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We should have started this. Maybe I'll have a like disclaimer at the beginning of the episode. Hey, this is a gold star episode of Tether Radio.
Right.
So this is a fucking hard pivot, but me being the geek that I am, I just thought this was kind of an interesting mention.
Yeah.
So I pulled this from Gizmodo. A developer found out that USB chargers have as much processing power as the Apollo 11 guidance computers.
Wow.
I was like, and they've got like a big picture of like an Anchor cell phone charger on the moon. And I was like, fuck yeah. So we actually just celebrated the 50-year anniversary of the moon landing, whether or not you believe in whether or not it happened. So we still are celebrating the anniversary. I thought this was absolutely just uncanny. So the guidance computer for Apollo 11, it was able to perform 40,000 simple mathematical calculations every second. So currently we measure processor speeds in gigahertz.
Okay.
So, for instance, most smartphones, if they've been bought in the past, whatever, fucking like couple years, 5 years, your phone is probably processing around like 1 gigahertz, something like that.
Okay.
Maybe 1.5, something along those lines.
Yeah.
The Apollo guidance computer chugged along at 1.024 megahertz.
Bless it.
So we're talking about an order of 1,000.
Oh.
Okay. So they were talking about how they could, or this developer was talking about how The basically what you could do is take the computing power of something like, I think he said, he believed that you could basically achieve the same thing using like 4 cell phone chargers or something like that. But something else that was kind of for all the space nerds out there, I don't know if we have any of those listening, but apparently the big issue with technology that gets put on spacecrafts is not like the actual computing power and stuff. It is its ability to withstand the vibrations and G-force of rocket ship travel, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So there was a little anecdote in the comments, so take it with a grain of salt. But it was this guy that was talking about how he used a commercial projector in his like he did some kind of traveling sales kind of stuff, and he used a commercial projector, and so he traveled with it a whole lot on airlines. And he said that literally within, and I want to say it was less than a year, just traveling using commercial airlines and everything, the vibrations from like landing, turbulence, all this stuff had shaken loose almost every component within the housing of the projector.
Jeez.
So they were talking about how, like, yes, this is, you're kind of comparing apples to oranges, because this shit not only had to have the computing power, but it also had to be able to withstand 24,000 miles per hour speeds.
God.
And, like, supremely intense G-force.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I just thought that was kind of a fun little mention. But it's also mind-boggling to see how far we've come in 50 years with computers. Yeah. We're approaching the singularity. Let me just get that out there. But anyway, so I thought that was a fun little mention.
Yeah, that's cool.
Just honestly, space travel and all that shit, just crazy.
Oh, man.
So, getting into something a little bit heavier, I thought it would be a good discussion.
Okay.
Pulled this one from AP News. Girls sue to block participation of transgender athletes.
Ooh.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
That's kind of why I wanted to cover this, because there's a lot to unpack with this stuff.
Yeah. I feel like we cover a lot of trans stuff, but I think there's a lot to talk about, and I think
supreme amount. Yeah,
like there's a reason it's in the news, and it's because it's not black and white.
Yeah, well, and it needs to be discussed.
Yeah,
because literally, in my opinion, the only way to really get a good concept of any argument or discussion or whatever is to just talk about it.
Yeah,
and you have different perspectives that come to light, and different shit that, upon first glance, you wouldn't have thought of, but if you're talking about it a little bit, it's like, wow, this makes sense. So, basically, there are 4 student athletes, females, and I was trying to, this is in Connecticut, and they are suing the, what was it? Let me pull my notes real quick, they are suing the Connecticut Interscholastic Athletic Conference because in 2017 they changed their policies to allow male athletes who identify as female to compete as girls.
Okay.
So now let's start unpacking all of this.
Yeah.
As of now, they have talked about, let's see, since that happened, 2 male athletes in Connecticut have taken 15 state championship titles that previously belonged to 9 different girls. And they've also taken 17 individual meet records that previously belonged to 13 different girls. And just to give some statistics in regards to transgender, not acceptance, but transgender facilitation, I guess, across the country, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So 17 states currently allow transgender high school athletes to compete without any restrictions. 8 states had restrictions that make it difficult for transgender athletes to compete while in school, such requiring athletes to compete under the gender on their birth certificate or allowing them to participate only after going through sex reassignment procedures or hormone therapies. So this is kind of my take on this, and I'm going to give mine, and I'm very interested to have yours, Allie. Sure. So I think that it is imperative that these people that have gender dysphoria to get some kind of resolution in their lives. Yeah. I'm 100% a proponent for that. Yeah. Now, having said that, and I was trying to think of a good analogy for this, and I came up completely short and couldn't come up with one. But I feel like, yes, they should be able to compete, but what you can't do is reverse muscle development. You can't reverse bone density and structure. You can't reverse, and I don't care how much hormone therapy. Right? No, it's just not going to completely be reversed. No. And really, what it comes down to is a literally physiological difference between men and women. Yeah. Oh yeah. So I actually would err on the side of saying, you know what? I agree with this. We had Title IX that was put in place in order to basically give women the same like opportunities. Thank you. Yeah. For like scholarships and funding and all that. Because I mean, I can only speak from what I'm familiar with. Yeah. University of Tennessee. 100%, I guarantee you had, they without Title IX, it would probably be very difficult kind of thing. Now, granted, this is high school shit. Sure. But funding is way skewed in regards to men kind of thing. Yeah.
Same for white people versus people of color.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. And so I think that it also really jumps out at me that it's like, okay, these two transgender athletes are like racking up titles left and right. Yeah. And I feel like that's kind of like, how I don't understand. That's a red flag for me. Yeah. That it's like, clearly this is not a level playing field. Yeah. It's not like these guys are astronomical, or these transgender women.
I realize you're saying guys just as a neutral way of saying folks. Yes, I knew what you meant. I got you. But I call everyone guys.
Yeah,
I mean
exactly.
People.
I call everybody dudes.
Yeah, so. Sure.
But I get that they are going through these transitions and all of that, and they want to compete. But man, I don't think I agree with allowing them to compete against. What? Gender conforming females? Is that
cisgender? Like just you identify as what you were born as.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Cisgender. Yeah. Okay. Got you. Yeah. I don't agree with allowing them to compete against cisgender females. Yeah. So
it's tough. It's for sure tough.
It's not cut and dry. No. I completely agree.
Yeah. I think it's just really like. I don't know. I've always thought really strongly about, like, I mean, obviously, like, I'm always been super feminist, and I always think, like, women deserve to have the same rights, the same opportunities. Like, I mean, most people agree with that these days, I think.
I would consider myself to be a feminist.
Yeah. Like, I think most people generally think that they agree with that stuff. Yeah. But, like, it sucks because at the same time, like, you've always got that asshole that wants to argue, be like, well, if women are the same, then why do they get a different... And it's like, no, like, physically our bodies are different.
Yeah.
Like, so I swam in high school, and I just did it for something to do. I didn't take it very seriously, but, like, you had... Like, I pulled up while you were talking, qualifying for the 2020 U.S. Olympic trials. To qualify for that, so I know everybody didn't swim, so I'll, like, make this in layman's term. Your standard size pool that people do laps in is 25 yards long. Okay. So the shortest event is 50 yards.
25 meters, right?
It's usually, well, shit. Yeah, I think it's meters.
Sorry,
I'm not
trying
I think it is meters. Yeah, because that always threw me. I think ours was yards, but the Olympic one was meters, and then you'd be like, why was my time slower? But it's just barely, so just enough that it fucks with you. Yeah. I do think it's meters, but why does this not say? It just says numbers. It doesn't. Oh my god.
I'll tell you what. If you want to keep going,
it's whatever. It's whatever. Regardless,
it's 3 inches, dude.
Yeah. It's well.
Oh god.
Sometimes that matters.
Don't you look at me. Don't you look at me.
So anyway, so you've got your length of the pool, and the shortest event is the 50 free, which is down and back. So the men's qualifying time to make the Olympic trials is 23.19 seconds.
Okay.
The women's is
right.
So fast.
Are they skimming the water?
It's wild. And you'll be like, yeah, I'm pretty good. And then you compare your time, and you're like...
It's like a minute.
And what?
Yeah, it's literally half.
You're like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm a snail. Yeah. Just poking along.
You're like, oh, man, I hit it. And they're like, no, you got a minute 21. Yeah.
So the men's is 23.19, and the women's is 25.99. That's... I mean, what percentage is that? Like, almost 10%. It's really close to a 10% difference.
Yeah.
Just in qualifying time, because your bodies are made different. Like, you're not going to... The best woman is not going to beat the best man.
Yeah.
You know? And that's just how... When you really get down to, like, okay, yeah, women can compete on a men's soccer team and it's fine. But, like, swimming side by side, it's not going to be fair.
Yeah.
Running side by side, it's not going to be fair.
Yeah.
And, yeah, like... well, if you want to be treated the same, you should... Like, no. Like, physically, that doesn't work.
Well, yeah. I mean, there are literally physiological differences.
Yeah.
I mean, down to the fucking... Fuck, your genetics.
Yeah.
XX versus XY.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, so it's just a very, like... But then it just gets complicated because, like, there are people who are intersex, and at birth, they pick one for you, because there's not an intersex that you can put on a, like, birth certificate.
Yeah.
And so, like, that complicates things. And you really don't hear about intersex people very much, and I don't know a lot about it, but I know it's complicated.
Sorry, super hardcore tangent regarding intersex stuff. Have you seen the fucking Harvey Weinstein fucking, like,
it's
transcripts?
So bad.
Oh my god, I would urge every fucking listener out there, look at some of the transcripts for the Harvey Weinstein like trial stuff that's going on right now.
Yeah.
It is literally shit out of a fiction novel.
Yeah.
Like,
women are like, one of the witnesses said when she first saw him naked, she thought he was deformed and intersex.
Yeah.
Like, those were her words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so wild.
Yeah.
It is so fucking wild. But anyway, sorry.
So, no, it's complicated though. Like, I mean, you may have both parts or not quite either part, or complicated genitalia and not necessarily be one or the other, but you're not going to be like, congratulations, is it a boy or a girl? And you'd be like, it's complicated. Yeah. Like, you're not going to do that.
You're like, yes.
Yeah.
It's like, wait, no, you're not answering my question.
So, there's so much to all of it, and it's not fair to be born male, transition to female, but you still have the physical abilities of a male in that sport. Yeah. That's not fair to the cisgender women. And that sucks. And there's not a good fix for it that I can think of. And I don't know how to fix that. Because what are you going to do? Have someone who's fully transitioned who really looks like a normal woman
and
out there swimming against the men in the Olympics. Like, it's gonna look weird.
Yeah, and I also kind of wonder, and God, bear with me. We're working through this in real time.
We're trying.
So, do you think that there is enough of a demand in order to have a different, like, conference kind of thing?
No.
And see,
I don't.
That's my thing, because it's like, it's not like, and forgive me if I offend people, I'm not attempting that. But like, for instance, Special Olympics kind of stuff. Sure. You know, it's like, obviously there are enough people with disabilities that would allow them to compete in the Special Olympics kind of thing.
Yeah. There's not enough folks to have a trans Olympics.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Or even just a high school transgender conference kind of thing or whatever. So,
plus, even then, you can't, like, trans is so not black and white. You can't just say, like...
Well, exactly. Because you've got people that are, I think, now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that you have people that are totally cool with just, like, dressing and, you know, whatever, adopting the other gender kind of thing.
Right.
Then you have people that want to actually go through reassignment stuff.
Sure, yeah.
You've got people that, you know, doing, you know, the hormonal therapy and all that stuff.
And honestly, a lot of that, first off, it's not our business.
Yeah,
like, I do not have any reason to know what's in anyone's pants.
Yeah.
And, like, some women are large-chested.
I've got a guinea pig in my pants. Sorry.
Like, some women are large-chested, and some women are flat-chested, and some women are large-chested, but they bind, so you can't really tell, and, like...
Did you just say they bind?
Yeah, that's a whole thing. Like, you basically, like...
Go on. No, just
you, like, really, really wrap your boobs to smush them. To put it in not
just for,
fancy
like, a
terms.
chin rest or something? No, I'm just kidding.
No, it's a whole thing. A lot
crazy. Dude, this is the first time I've ever heard of this.
Oh yeah, it's like, I think you can buy, like, restricting tops and stuff on, like, Amazon and stuff. Like, they're not hard to find.
Yeah. Anyway,
like,
sorry.
No, but it's a whole thing. And I mean, but, like, say if you're born male, you transition to female, you don't do reassignment surgery, and even if you do, that's not going to change your whole physiological makeup.
Yeah. It's not undoing what the years that you spent previous to this. You know?
And if you're born female and you transition to male, you're not going to do, like, even with hormones and stuff, you're not going to get ahead enough to really stand a chance against those, like...
Yes.
God, I don't want to say true male. That's not at all. But, like,
cisgender.
Cis males. Like, to, you know, and that's... It's so complicated.
It's supremely complicated, and honestly, and I'm just going to, because obviously I had to look at comment sections on this shit.
No,
I know, which was like half of them I needed my eyes bleached. Yeah. The other half I was like, maybe. And honestly, half is a fucking liberal estimate.
Sure.
But somebody brought up the point, and I'm not saying that I adhere to this. I'm just saying I want to hear your take on it. Somebody brought up the point that it's like, okay, well, you know, it's almost like transgender individuals have to decide that it's like, okay, do I want to write my gender dysphoria kind of stuff and, like, be right in the head kind of thing, for lack of a better phrase, you know, and be able to embrace who I am and all of that? Do I need to forfeit my, not ability, but my opportunity to perform as an athlete? You know, or perform competitively as an athlete.
Sure.
So, and I mean, maybe that's, you know, honestly, I lean more toward that.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I agree. I agree with allowing them to compete, but man, I don't think that like records and stuff should be able to be held by transgender individuals that are competing against cisgendered individuals. And I hate to say that because it almost sounds like a fucking segregation kind of thing.
But allow them to compete but not break records kind of just sounds like you're not really allowing them to even count.
Well, no, and I mean
that
like,
sucks too.
And that sucks too. So I mean, like I wonder. I don't know. Obviously, I don't think that we're gonna fucking solve this problem in the
today.
Hour and a half, 2
Eventually.
hours. Yeah. But it is. I mean, it is shit that is 100% going to
Yeah, man. Yeah.
It's shit that's going to have to dealt with, or that we're going to have to deal with at some point.
Yeah. Yeah.
And honestly, I would dare say the Olympics are not going to fucking adhere to this stuff.
I don't know. Like, I don't know.
Because, I mean, dude, like you said earlier, my God, there are, okay, if there are people out there that think that putting their child in a fucking unfinished garage is an acceptable form of punishment, kind of thing, then I would go as far as to say that there are some people, and I would say that this is a fucking fraction of a percent, that would be willing to go to the point of, like, gender reassignment shit in order to have an upper hand in like Olympic competition or at least Olympic level competition kind of stuff.
There are,
because I mean there are fucking crazy people.
Yeah, and I mean there are people that will do anything to break a record or to have the chance at the Olympics or to
look at doping and all that stuff.
Right. I mean, and that's a thing. Like, I don't think that's gonna be a rampant problem that a lot of people are doing
at all.
But yes, there will be cases. And that sucks, but also like I don't know. Like it's I don't know. I can't even really like make a good assessment of it all.
Well, the place that I found myself comfortably residing in is literally right in the middle.
Yeah.
Because I completely see the argument for the cisgendered athletes, and I definitely see how transgender athletes would still want to compete and have a normal life.
Sure.
Because that's what they're trying to achieve.
I hope they come to a way that can happen.
Yeah.
I don't know what it would be.
Yeah. So, having said that, how do you think this is going to play out?
I don't know.
And honestly, that's obviously we can sit here and hypothetical ourselves.
My biggest guess is going to be a lot of asterisks in record books.
Really?
I think it's...
Oh, shit, yeah.
Like, I think they'll say, yes, this person broke this record. However, they were assigned male at birth.
Yeah.
And that sucks. Like, again, that's not my business. But, like, if you're smashing all these records... I feel like people are entitled to know that.
Well, and that's the other shit thing is because, like, I know that I ran track and, I played football in like, grade school and all that, did all the sports shit, basically.
Yeah.
And, I mean, like, dude, when you work your ass off...
Yeah.
Training and all this stuff, you want to be the best. You want to win, And so that's why I'm like, I mean, fuck, man, if I was a transgendered male, then man, I don't know. I'd probably say fuck it and go into like some kind of art stuff instead of that wasn't going to be something that somebody could hold over me, kind of thing. But that's just my take.
Yeah, but also like it's not fair to say you're just gonna give up on something that you do really care about.
Yeah,
like. Because you don't stand a chance because of your gender makeup or whatever. Like, I don't know, man.
But losing sucks.
Losing does suck.
So it's...
I don't know. I swam for fun and I never cared.
Really?
So, like, I don't...
I never got into swimming, but I don't think that I ever... Well, obviously it wasn't available in Granger County, and once I was here... You can't really just hop on the swim team at fucking Bearden, These kids have been... Yeah, you can.
I mean, we had some people on our team who were legit, like...
Really?
Yeah. Like, one girl had qualified for the Olympics, and
fuck.
she was swimming... Oh, I think she was doing, like, 13 practices a week.
Yeah.
I think she just had Sunday morning off.
Jeez,
Otherwise,
dude.
2-a-days every day. Plus, like, swim meets and stuff. And she, like, that was her life. And she just fucking quit one day. She was like, I can't do it. I hate it. Y'all have burnt me out. This is too much.
There were some people, not Olympic level kind of shit, but my brother was really good friends with a guy in high school that, like, his schedule, like you said, up at like 4:30, training by like 5:30, and then in class at 8:30, falling asleep.
Man, I knew,
and then training after school. So.
I knew a family of kids who were all like that, and they were all super smart. The girl was in my grade, and she was the valedictorian. Yeah, and she also like just kicked ass at basketball. Yeah, but I mean, all she did was study and practice, and I'm like, hey man, we're 15. Like, have you tried just dicking off for an hour every now and then?
Yeah. Ugh, but I wanted to bring this stuff up because I know for a fact this is not the last time this is going to come up.
I think this will definitely be, and as more trans folks come out more publicly, I guess, that this is being more in the eye, I think it'll make, big time sports, especially the Olympics and stuff, a lot more political, a lot more complicated, a lot more controversial. No, not looking forward to that. Looking forward to seeing how it pans out. Not looking forward to the assholes on their takes.
I'm looking forward to the resolution, not the process.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we can go ahead and cruise on.
Okay.
Do you got anything burning a hole in your pocket?
Yeah, let's talk about hoarding tampons.
Oh my god, I saw this.
So I clicked this the other day.
Yeah.
I'm just scrolling and I'm like, what's this? And of course it's Tennessee legislature.
I saw
you
it.
Fucking knew it.
I know. I was like, come the fuck on.
A debate erupted this week in the Tennessee state legislature over the danger of women buying too many tampons. And honestly, folks, it's happening more and more. Like, what can you do?
Hide your tampons, hide your pads.
So, there was a concern about taxes on menstrual products.
And this is for tax-free weekend, right?
Okay. Yeah. Specifically, Democratic lawmakers in the state of Tennessee have proposed a bill to include tampons and other menstrual products in Tennessee's yearly sales tax holiday, a 3-day weekend when residents can buy things tax-free. State Senator Joey Hensley, surprise, a Republican, worried that this might lead to out-of-control tampon buying. And honestly, what can we do if that happens?
Dude,
that's one of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, is out-of-control tampon buying. Mm-hmm.
What is it? Pestilence, like...
War, I think, famine, and just impulsive, ridiculous tampon buying.
Oh, okay.
Playtex, yeah. I would think...
Is that actually a tampon brand? Yeah. Or is those pads?
No, they make tampons, yeah.
You can tell I do the grocery buying in the house, so...
I would think since it's a tax holiday, there's really no limit on the number of items anybody can purchase, said the state senator. I don't know how you would limit the number of items someone could purchase. Your boy sounds like he's concerned that women are going to go out and buy just as many tampons as will fit in their Honda Accord to get them home.
Question. So, let's take the average box of tampons.
Okay.
How much are those?
Well, I don't know. I change up what I buy. I'm not sure.
So
it said the average woman spends $120 a year on menstrual products.
So
averaging that's $10 a month.
Yeah,
is the average that they came up with.
Okay, so you're looking at sales tax is a little bit under 10 cents a buck, and so we're looking at maximum $12 a year in regards to tax money that would be lost.
Yeah, it said. I think it said that they expected this to cost something like Just over 100,000, I think, possibly.
100,000.
In the grand scheme of things, that's nothing.
That is nothing.
Also,
that is a fucking drop in the bucket. Look at any budget for the state of Tennessee.
Yeah. And people who menstruate need products like this. Quit fucking taxing them. Like, there's a lot of...
It's not... Well, plus it's not... Wait, are you saying, like, take tax away, period?
Well, there's a bunch of states that have done that have got
really?
rid of sales tax on... There are 9 states, including New York and Nevada, that have taken steps toward menstrual equity by eliminating the so-called tampon tax, which is sales tax on tampons and pads. And other states are working on measures to do so.
I mean, I'm assuming that their take is like it's a necessary product kind of thing.
Pretty much, it's necessary, and like there's a whole thing about like, basically, it's not fair for women who have to buy these products to also pay tax when men don't even have to buy these products.
Yeah,
you know,
that's a good point.
So, and to use more inclusive language. People who menstruate versus people who don't. Because
gotcha. Yeah. But, I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah, I'm just and this guy tried to reel it back in. He's like, "Oh no, I'm just worried about what it might cost. I'm not really worried." Dude, shut up.
This is the question that I would ask Representative Hensley. Brother, is this really the hill you want to die on?
Thank you.
There are much larger issues.
State Senator Joey Hensley out of Tennessee. This is what you're in the news for. Like, I want you to think about what you've done.
Fucking put your time and effort into something that actually matters.
Also,
this is
just
not
take a fucking seat.
Yeah. This is like I would have to see the total revenue lost on that in order to embrace. And I know. Allie's already like, ugh.
I'm like, oh boy, where's this going?
Well, I would have to see the total revenue lost in regards to completely abolishing the tax on it.
Yeah.
Over the course of a year, kind of thing.
But again, like they do tax breaks on shit all the time.
Yes.
Like.
Yeah.
There was a list of stuff in the article, but I don't have it pulled up. But it was stuff like things that don't get taxed.
To this and tax-free weekend, if you honestly think that someone is going to go on tax-free weekend, which is it's fucking hell to even drive around on tax-free weekend.
Mess.
If you think they're going to come up to the cashier with carts of tampons, like you need your fucking head examined.
You know what? Some people might. Fine.
Well, no, I'm sure you're always going to have those exceptions.
But most people are not.
Yeah. It's like, oh my God, this is the one time a year that I buy every writing utensil I'm going to use in the year.
Yeah.
So, somebody comes up with like a cart full of pencils and like pencil sharpeners.
Yeah.
Yes, you're going to have those lunatics.
Yeah.
We live in the world that they live in.
We do live in a society.
Yeah. But, I mean, dude, that is going to be so incredibly...
few and far between.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's not even worth this dude wasting his breath on fighting it.
No.
Just fucking him, like, let it happen and fucking move on. Like, come on. I actually saw that headline and I was just like, what?
Man, I wonder if this guy's married. I bet his wife is like, shut up.
Yeah. Like,
let me live. Let me bleed.
Yeah, let me bleed in peace. Jesus, dude.
Oh, man.
But, yeah, dude, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's supremely ridiculous.
Oh, I got a kind of cool thing.
Yeah.
Not related to tampons or Republicans. The Body Shop will start hiring on pretty much a first come first served basis. Did you see anything about this?
The Body Shop, like the store?
Yeah.
Okay.
The store, we used to have one in our mall. It's shower gel and body products and stuff.
Oh, I was thinking
there's also a clothing store called Body Shop.
Yeah,
that's like clubbing wear.
Yeah, okay. No, I was gonna say, wasn't
no, this is like soap.
There was something about like, and of course this was like middle school kind of thing, but it was like, Wet Seal versus Body Shop. One was the cheaper version of the other.
They were both pretty cheap. Well, yeah.
Anyway,
so no, this is really cool, and I wonder if more companies will start adapting this. Nope, adopting. Adopting is the word there.
Yeah,
okay?
There you go.
This summer, the Body Shop will become the first large retailer to embrace an approach called open hiring. So when there's an opening, nearly anyone who applies and meets the very most basic of requirements will be able to get the job. They tested this in their distribution center in North Carolina at the end of 2019. No background checks, no drug screens, no asking if you're a convicted felon, no weird-ass personality test bullshit.
Oh my god. For a fucking, like, soap shop kind of gig?
I mean, I've not there, but I've had to take, like, personality tests just to, like, start an interview process.
So, real quick tangent.
Oh, dude.
My dad...
Yeah.
You've met my dad.
I love your dad.
Okay. So I would almost go as far as to say my father is bursting at the seams with personality.
Oh, yeah. 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 Your dad is a character.
When he first got hired at the job that he's still working, he somehow failed their personality test. And they were like, no, you shouldn't be a salesman.
Oh, no.
And he was like... I don't fucking care. You know, he's like, I mean, they're not gonna fucking fire me over this shit.
Dude, I took one personality test for a job I applied for last year that was like, it was so weird. It was like, here are all these questions.
Yeah.
Don't lie, because we've got algorithms in here that'll tell us if you lie. And I'm like,
algorithms.
Don't threaten me.
Yeah,
what?
seriously.
And all the questions are stuff like, only true or false. No, like, scale.
Oh, I hate that.
And it's, like, one of them was, I have never lied. And I'm like, okay, wait. If you think anyone can honestly answer true to that, what? But also, if I put false, are you like, this bitch is a liar, I'm not hiring her? So, like, the whole thing felt so loaded.
It's one of those damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Oh, man, it was goofy. Oh, it was weird.
My God. That's
and then
awesome.
it would be those weird, like... You're working and you see a tired-looking mother stealing baby formula. Do you let her get away with it? And you're like, oh, man.
Oh,
this
my
is tough.
God.
Yeah. It was weird.
That is insane.
I hate those kind of bullshit tests. Anyway, so Body Shop's not doing any of that.
Yeah.
They only have 3 questions. Are you authorized to work in the U.S.?
Can you read?
No, not even.
Okay.
Can you stand for up to 8 hours? And can you lift over 50 pounds? That's it. And basically, if you can, you're hired.
I mean, I like that. I would be interested. I know that you said that...
I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes.
Yeah.
They said it went great in their distribution center.
Yeah.
Retention rates went up.
So
So
the
hiring
only
this way,
reason-
they kept people more.
I would think that it matters a little less in a distribution center.
You're not facing the public.
Bingo.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if
and
that...
they did keep it really... They said nearly anyone who meets these requirements
Yeah.
will get... So, I mean... If you just come in and you're crazy, like...
Ted Kaczynski's not going to roll in smelling like soured milk and answer these 3 questions.
Joaquin Phoenix as the Joker ain't going to do great.
Yeah.
So, yeah, yeah, I feel like this is almost how getting a job in, like, the 50s went.
Yeah,
Or, like,
yeah.
in a movie where they're just like, oh, you want to work here? When can you start? Now? Here's an apron. I'm going on break. Like, that feels
Dude,
like a movie, you know?
That's been one of my big qualms with... that's the second time I've used the word qualms. Anyway, one of my big issues with the hiring process these days is it's so not face-to-face. And I'm... probably one of those people that is not going to look great on paper. Sure. But if you meet me, I think that you might like me.
Yeah, that's like, I interview great.
Yeah.
And, like, I get along with most people.
Yeah.
And, like, you know, but I applied at Starbucks over the summer when I was really, like, I had applied for all of the jobs and it was not panning out.
Yeah, yeah.
But you have to apply online, all this, and when
when
I put my resume on there, I've had, like, corporate jobs and, like, grown-up jobs for the last few that are on my resume. So I don't have my experience from working in food and retail on there. Yeah. So probably they're like, this girl doesn't do anything but be a desk jockey. She doesn't know how to pour coffee. Yeah. They never even called me. Like,
dude, yeah.
And I'm like... I can absolutely pour coffee and be nice to people.
I have hands.
Yeah, like, I'm friendly.
Yeah.
But it's because it's so not face-to-face. I know that at that Starbucks, had I just said to them, hey, I want to work here, they'd be like, cool, our schedule comes out on Tuesday. Yeah. Like, you know, I mean, but it doesn't work that way anymore.
Dude, when I was trying to get hired as a pharmacist... I was going around to with my resume printed out kind of thing. and trying to get like, and literally you just get the same fucking response.
Yeah.
Oh, or you gotta apply online, and then
Yeah.
we'll just, and it's like, no, I don't think you understand. If I apply online, I know that I'm just going to go in this pile of applications,
Yeah.
and you're never gonna fucking,
Yeah.
bat an eye,
Yeah.
But it's, I'd hate how the hiring process has gotten.
Oh, you are preaching to the choir.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
well, so the concept was started by this organization calls itself a social enterprise.
Okay.
I'm not sure what exactly that means.
Yeah.
They're in New York, and they're called Greystone Bakery.
Mm-hmm.
They sell baked goods to places including Whole Foods and Ben & Jerry's, so, like, they're doing okay.
Rock and roll, yeah.
Greystone Bakery's slogan is, I love this, we don't hire people to bake brownies. We bake brownies to hire people. I love that.
That's awesome.
Like, we exist to give people jobs.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
so
cool.
when there's an opening, the job is filled from a list of people that are looking for work.
Yeah.
New hires, this is really cool. New hires start as apprentices and get training in both how to do the job and in basic life skills.
Yeah.
More of this everywhere, please.
No shit.
Please teach people life skills. Please teach adulting.
This is what really fascinates me, and I have a sneaking suspicion we're going to have a little tangent on education.
Probably.
So why are we in high school teaching shit like
Calculus.
yes, and instead of like how to balance a checkbook kind of thing.
Thank you.
Or how to live within your fucking means, how to set money back, how to invest, how to do this, that, and the other, that it's like you
Or
get
just
dumped
basic
out.
stuff like, hey, your mom washes your sheets and you don't ever realize? Wash your sheets sometimes as an adult.
Yeah. And I mean, it's so weird, and it's funny that you'd bring that up because like my parents actually kind of forced me to, not kind of, totally forced me to start doing my own laundry when I got to be like late middle school kind of thing.
Sure.
And it was it's easy to fucking teach a fucking 7th, 8th grader or whatever to do their own fucking laundry.
Yeah.
Is there a stain on it? Fucking spray it with stain spray.
Yeah.
It's that easy.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Yeah.
like, if you can use a smartphone, you can do your own fucking laundry.
Yeah, man.
And, but it really is fascinating to see some people, and I mean, even like, I don't know, I wouldn't say friends, but maybe acquaintances kind of thing. It kind of is I would liken it to almost, like when I was working down at the bar, I talked to so many people that were like, "Oh, I've never changed a diaper."
I've never changed a diaper.
Well, no. But I'm talking about people with 4 children.
Yeah, no.
And I'm like, whoa, what? Now,
like,
obviously,
if I was
this
your
is
wife,
kind of
I would yeet you into the sun.
No shit, dude. My God, my own fucking wife,
Right?
but it's one of these things that like it's just like skills, And I mean, just like I know for a fact I could send you downstairs right now, and you could change my son's diaper.
I could figure it out.
Yeah. It's not, it's
but
not
I know
rocket
people who
science.
could not.
Yes, exactly. I mean, like,
Yeah.
and it's just, I completely agree with you. It's one of these things that instead of preparing the world for our kids, we need to prepare our kids for the world.
Yeah, man.
Instead of this, and I
All this hand-holding, all this,
safe space stuff, all of this. The world is not a safe space.
No.
And if you think for 1 second that you're going to hop on the internet and everybody's going to take your feelings and everything into consideration.
Ooh, buddy.
My God, do you have some waking up to do.
Yeah,
but it's like teach people like,
Useful
the necessities.
things?
And not even crazy shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Like,
it's like, oh wow.
you don't have to teach someone how to make risotto.
Yeah.
But like maybe teach them how to make spaghetti.
Yeah. You can buy red sauce at the store. Yeah.
Boil some noodles.
Crumble some turkey or ground beef.
Yeah.
Put it in the red sauce, heat it up. I mean, it's a joke.
Yeah.
But then it's like sometimes I will be around people and it's like, I'm like, how have you gotten this far in life?
My best friend was an accident baby.
Yeah.
And her older sister, they were pretty far apart. So her older sister, when she was a freshman in college, called the house. Sarah answered. Sarah's in 5th grade.
Uh-huh.
Her sister is legit calling, asking how to boil water because she does not know.
All right, rub your hands together really fast and then put them on the bottom of the pot. Now rub your hands together.
But I mean, when we were in 5th grade, Google was not a thing yet. YouTube was not a thing yet. So you can't even put it on there and find it. And like, you don't exactly have that in a book. So like...
How to boil water.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
And Sarah, 10-year-old Sarah, had to tell 18-year-old Amanda how to boil water.
My God.
And you know... Good Lord.
That's just incredible.
Yeah,
dude.
man. But
Absolutely.
you get these people that just never get taught anything.
Yeah.
And I feel bad for them, but like everyone doesn't have great parents or parents that think about stuff like you need to know how to boil water before you go to college or something. And you know, and every kid is not like I wanted to be independent. Like I remember I was, I don't know, like 11 or something. I was like, Mom, I want to do my own laundry. Yeah. Like this is a thing I can do. I'm old enough, you know, like, and I wanted to learn how to cook and stuff like that. I couldn't wait to start driving and, you know, but
that's something else that's fascinated me about, and I guess
the youth these days.
I hate to make that statement.
No, I know.
But it's like, dude, the number of like people that I know that have kids that are driving age that do not have their permits or licenses,
and not as a punishment, like if your grades are bad, you can't drive. Like the kid doesn't have the interest. Yeah, I don't get that.
And I have no idea what. Dude,
I couldn't wait.
About. Dude, I had a cast on my foot.
Yeah.
From breaking my leg. Yes, I was ramping a scooter.
I was about to ask how you did it.
Yes, I was ramping a scooter and it was nighttime.
Well,
and my leg went under the scooter and I landed on the scooter on my leg. Yes, it was weird.
Very crunchy.
Very crunchy.
Ugh.
And I did it on I think it was the second day of summer.
Oh.
So I had a cast all summer.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway, so I remember I turned 15 that summer.
Yeah.
And
dude, I knew that driver's manual.
Thank you.
I could have written it for you.
Yeah. I mean, it was one of these things that I like, my parents were having to fucking stomp the brakes on me, like, whatever, getting out. And I'm like, hey, looks like the milk's getting low. Yeah. Why don't I drive one of you guys to the store, you know? Yeah. And it's just like, but there's just no...
Yeah.
And I don't get it, because, I mean, we're talking about... I understand it more in large cities that you can rely on public transit
but like you
lot.
Have to drive to get places here.
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
I don't know, man.
It's
I can't get my head around that.
Yeah.
What else about this? Body Shop plans to implement this in all their stores this summer, not as a pilot, but as a permanent change to their hiring process.
Rock and roll.
I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes.
Yeah.
And the Greystone Bakery that started it all. They do the apprenticeships, and then you get training and doing jobs and basic life skills. Yeah. And those who decide to stay after the apprenticeship get an entry-level job and opportunity to advance. That's so cool.
I mean, that's super cool.
I hate a lot of stuff about corporate America. I hate the whole, like, are you teaching me anything valuable in my life?
Yeah.
No. Do I have to be able to recite your 10 brand values?
Yeah.
Why?
All right, mission statement of X, go. You know, it's like, what?
Yeah.
So stupid.
Yeah, so like when companies are doing things that are good, I just get excited about it.
And you know, the other thing that I hope that in our future holds people starting more apprenticeship type work.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, you can get an undergraduate degree or a 2-year degree, associate's degree kind of thing or whatever, and get out and still have no skill.
Oh, yeah.
Period. I mean, 100% you can do that.
Yeah.
But being able to hire someone as an apprentice and actually teach them the skill that is going to be needed for this job kind of thing. I hope that there is a trend or a I guess evolution of current employment and stuff that we rely on.
We move more toward that.
Yeah. Because that makes so much more sense than just being like, hey, you know, if you've got a degree, then clearly you can stay in school for 4 years. Cool, you know, apply to us, even though you might not have any idea as to how to actually do this job.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, I'm looking at the time, and I'm thinking we might have, unless you've got a little one, like you do.
I do.
All right, do it.
I really want to talk about Bloomberg and these meme accounts.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, for sure.
Bloomberg is spending fat cash on some huge meme accounts on Instagram,
God.
and that is a headline I never thought I'd type out. From what?
Wait, real quick. Repeat that headline.
Bloomberg is spending fat cash on huge meme accounts on Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
From what I can put together about this just really fucking weird whole situation,
Yeah.
it sounds like Bloomberg, who is running for president, has asked some of these really big meme accounts, like Fuck Jerry level big,
Yeah.
including Fuck Jerry,
Yeah.
to put together memes that make him look cool or just that mention him at all.
Yeah.
It's real weird. Have you seen any of them?
No, I actually have not.
So these meme accounts are posting stuff that are like fake screenshots of text conversations between them and Bloomberg. As if Bloomberg texted them to ask them for help, and then they post this awkward text conversation. But like the whole thing's fake.
Yeah.
Just to be funny. And they are funny. And then you realize that they're just paid ads for Bloomberg, and they're weird. So, like, one that I saw, this guy goes by Tank Sinatra, and it has Bloomberg messaging him as, like, Mr. Tank. I'm like, okay, I'm already laughing, right?
Yeah.
And then it's stuff like, I need you to, like, make memes that'll make me look cool. And they're like what? And he'll, like, post a terrible one that he has made, which is still fake.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, I guess I don't really get it. And it's got like 500,000 likes. Because people are laughing at it.
I'm confused.
Also, I read some of the comments, and all the comments are like, fuck this, I don't come here for politics, I'm unfollowing you. And like, I'm voting for Bernie, or I'm still voting for Yang, who dropped out before the comment was made.
Yeah.
And like, just, oh man, he was getting dragged in the comments. But you know, that's not hurting anything, because he's getting that fat Bloomberg check.
Yeah,
I think Bloomberg paid Fuck Jerry Media $10 million?
$10 million?
Yeah, dollars.
American
dollars.
$10 million what?
So glad that's what you're throwing back to. I'm dying.
If you want the stunning conclusion to that reference, you're gonna have to check out our last episode.
Oh my God.
So.
Just filming a porn in a gas station.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Tank Sinatra said in a quote for The Verge that Bloomberg is willing to be the butt of jokes and be self-deprecating, which pretty much describes what I've seen.
Yeah.
He also said, if you're coming to a meme page for real political commentary, you're missing the point. And, like, I get that, but also you're posting political commentary, bro. Like,
Well, so my question is, what is to be gained from this other than just
name
like
recognition
publicity?
is the only thing I can think
Really?
of is just legit. That where people are like, huh, Bloomberg's got jokes, I'll vote for him. I mean, hopefully no one's doing that.
God, I hope not.
Like, if you're gonna throw away a vote, please throw it toward Bernie. Thank you.
God, literally, I throw it toward
Anybody else?
almost any other candidate.
Please
dude.
not Bloomberg.
Yeah.
Bloomberg has a lot of issues.
Well, and I'm just trying to figure out. I mean, is he even in there? Like, is he polling well?
Okay, so, like, he's not even debating because he's not qualifying for the debates.
Yeah.
But he paid the DNC something like $300,000 or $500,000 or something.
And they're
and then the
rewriting
DNC changed the rules.
Yes, I remember seeing
Love to
something
buy
about
my
that.
way into a presidency. Like, it's I hate it.
Yeah,
hate
man.
it.
That's just what I think is actually going to happen is Bloomberg is going to throw in a fucking insane amount of money around, and then
one thing I saw said he is spending an average of $1 million a day on Facebook ads.
I don't understand what he's I mean, obviously I know what he's shooting for, but like, fuck, I just don't. I don't think that this is the way to lasso the the vote.
I hope it backfires on him.
Yeah.
And all these meme lords get mad that he's on all their meme accounts that they follow, and they vote
Honestly,
for
I think
anybody but Bloomberg because they're mad.
Well, I think the joke's on him ultimately. I think that literally, dude. Think about if you were Tank Sinatra or Fuck Jerry.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd take that fucking fat check.
Oh, and that's what they said. They were like, of course I'm going to take his money. He wants me to make fun of him and he's going to pay me for it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Because I
tweeted last night. I was like, Bernie, do not read this. And I put a bunch of spaces. I was like, at Mike Bloomberg, if you need me to make memes for you, I am for hire, but you still can't have my vote.
Very nice.
Like, I'll totally shill for you for money, but I'm not going to actually support you.
Yeah.
And I think that's another thing. And
bizarre.
Also, who's looking at Fuck Jerry to find out who to vote for?
Yeah.
Like, who is genuinely going, who is he, like, rooting for? And just because he's taking their money doesn't mean he's voting for them.
No.
Or even pretending to really endorse them.
Just bizarre, dude.
So
weird.
I don't know where those memes are going to go.
Yeah.
So far, it's almost like the whole campaign is all of them having these initial, like, Bloomberg has approached me kind of content. And I'm wondering where they're going to go from here.
Oh, you don't think this is like, and this is obviously taking a step back.
I don't think it's viral marketing.
Well, but I'm just wondering if it's not, if he doesn't see the presidential campaign trail as a really good publicity stunt, and he has zero fucking, like, he knows he's not going to fucking win the presidency kind of thing. But I'm just trying to figure out what
is his
what
fucking
he would
goal?
gain. Yeah. What his motive would be for, like, I don't know.
I think really his motive is to get the vote.
No shit.
I think that's what
Really?
he's trying to do.
God, man, that's just such a weird fucking.
Because you've got
way
this
to...
much money and you want to throw it around and do whatever. You don't have to run for president.
Yeah.
You can do whatever.
God, that's just so weird.
I'd like to read
just
a
live in
list.
Such a fucking weird. Oh yes.
Mashable posted a list of the accounts that they have seen so far that have posted for Bloomberg. I know you're not huge on Instagram.
Yeah.
I used to follow some meme accounts, and I was like, all these guys do is rip off people's memes and not give them credit. This is shitty. Some of them are really funny, but, like, they're not even yours, and you're getting so many views and so much, like, ad money.
Yeah.
Anyway, here's the list. Fuck Jerry, who has 15 million followers.
Jeez.
Grape Juice Boys with 2.7 million. Tank Sinatra with 2.3 million. Kale Salad with 3.5 million. Sunny Side Up with 1.3. Shithead Steve with 5.3, Moist Buddha with 2.2, White People Humor with 4.3, Mrs. Dow Jones with 116,000, Adam the Creator with 665,000, Trash Can Paul with 1.8 million, Comedy with 3.7 million.
I feel like there's a theme going on with this. Like Shithead Steve, Trash Can Paul.
I know.
Like Fuck Jerry.
There's still 10 more.
Oh God.
I started to total up all these followers, but I mean, I'm sure they really overlap. So you can't be like, together they have 800 million followers. Like,
Gotcha.
no, most people that follow these probably follow most of them.
Yeah. I mean,
like,
I'd say we could probably pretty safely say take the person with the highest number and then maybe add like 500,000 or something.
Maybe. I mean, it's
obviously arbitrarily.
But like, so I used to on Instagram follow quite a few of these, or at least check them every now and then.
Yeah.
I feel like if I followed them now, my whole feed would just be Bloomberg jokes right now. And oh man, I don't want that.
Maybe he's just trying to break Instagram.
Right? Well, good luck, because he's not infiltrating Bookstagram. So
there you go.
we're just having a good old time over here.
That's awesome.
Lord.
God, that's so weird, though.
Also,
that is so fucking weird.
Fuck Jerry is also known as, I think, Jerry Media, who you may remember from the Fire Festival.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was them.
No
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
That's hilarious. By the way,
they're still doing fine.
Small plug, if you haven't seen the Netflix documentary on the Fire Festival, it's actually really good.
A complete national treasure.
What was the dude? McFarlane was his last name. I can't remember his first name. But he is like a royal piece of shit.
Billy.
Billy McFarlane.
Billy McFarlane.
Yeah, he is a like absolute POS. And like when you hear like audio clips or quotes and stuff, you're just like, wow, dude. It honestly, it makes me think of the Dennis character off of fucking off of Always Sunny.
Yeah, they're always trying to make worse and worse and worse.
Yeah. It's like, wow, it's almost like you accidentally wrote the character of Billy McFarland.
God. Yeah, just insane, man.
Man. All right, well, I'm looking at the time. We hit it. We're a little over 2 hours.
Oh, God.
I think that we are going to have to pull the plug at 2 hours.
Yeah,
though,
yeah.
So, I'm going to go ahead and let our listeners know where to hit us up at. Let us know. Let us have some constructive criticism or feedback, or let us know about your favorite Mike Bloomberg meme. Or literally opine on any of this stuff. We love to hear it.
And just send us weird shit.
Exactly. That's what we're here for. We're your weird shit outlet. So you can send this stuff to tetherradio@gmail.com. That is TETHERRADIO@gmail.com. We are on the Twitter sphere at @tether_radio. Also on Instagram at @tether_radio, Facebook, Tether Radio, one word. And we also have the newly hot and steamy group of Tether Radio After Dark. We are on Facebook with that group, Tether Radio After Dark. We are going to start trying to post some more stuff in there. We've got this Sotheby's auction photos that are really creepy, and they have little side stories that we're gonna post intermittently in there. Anything else you want to plug, Allie?
The newsletter.
Yes.
tetherradio.substack.com is free, and it's got all the links to all the shit that we have talked about for the week, and then whatever weird visual stuff that doesn't make for good radio.
There you go. And we also have that as a pinned tweet on Twitter, so if you didn't get that written down in time. So, sign up. Allie kills it every week with
I just have a good time with that, yeah.
So this has been Tether Radio episode 88. I'm Daniel.
I'm Allie.
And we are thanking you for lending us your ear for approximately 2 hours.
Woo.
Man, we hope everyone has a fantastic week, and we look forward to seeing you and talking to you next week. Take it easy, friendos.
Bye.